How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we work together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry, and in this episode, we're going to talk about why you might be struggling getting into that positive energy. If you were someone that has good intentions, is trying to grow, doing the research, but for some reason, you still can't seem to get in that positive flow, this is going to be the episode for you, because we're going to talk about what you can change to make the shift permanently. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And you're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say the word over and over and over in your mind. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. Well, we're going to take another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So if you didn't know, or you're new to this podcast, I recently just started a second podcast called Unlock Your Abundance. And this is new. This is something that I'm learning. It's a new focus of mine. But the process that I'm using to get in that energy, that wealth mindset, is the same as building a positive mindset. And what I realized is that you truly have to be committed to the change. So many of us do the research part, right? They listen to the podcasts, we read the books, we go to the seminars, we do the research, we get the understanding. But the next step is so important. You see, when you start thinking a certain way, when you start building that energy within you, the world actually changes, because the world is not as it is. It is as you are. So when you start researching positive mindset, listening to podcasts, like all of those things, that energy starts going within your mind. But the world, this experience that you're having, gives you what you tolerate. Your experience will be based upon what you're willing to accept. So when you start going down the journey of raising your frequency, of trying to build that positive mindset, you have to understand that you will have to take action in alignment with the way you're thinking. So the example I want to use is I've been working on this other podcast, Building the Wealth. And so the I am statement that's been in my mind is I am a millionaire. And the action statement behind it is, and I receive millions of dollars a year. So it's the I am statement, which is the frequency. And then action, like how does that happen? Because I receive it. And so when you are trying to build your positive mindset, you need to have that I am statement that is defined to your core. You have to think it so powerfully that it basically becomes your DNA. And it can be simply this: I am a positive person. Once you pick your frequency, it could be I am love, I am happiness, I am joy, I am forgiveness, whatever frequency you want. Once you pick it, you cannot negotiate with what the world is going to do. You see, once you pick it, you will start seeing things for what they truly are. You will start seeing what doesn't align with that mindset. It could be actions. It could be people that you're around. It could be your job. It could be your household. It could be your friends. It could be the people at school. It will start sticking out the more you start telling yourself, I am a positive person. I am a positive person. I am a positive person. Because anytime you do something that is not in alignment with that saying, you will feel it. And what happens is we eventually do one of two things. We keep the saying in our mind, I am a positive person. A lot of people did this with the book, The Secret, right? They had the vision in their mind. I am a positive person. I am a positive person. I am wealthy, whatever you want to pick. They say it over and over and over. But then they act. Their actions are not in alignment. They still get angry in traffic. They still get angry at their boss. They still get angry at their spouse. They still get depressed. They still get down. They still get negative. They still do all of these things that are not in alignment with that saying. If you are going to say, I am a positive person in your mind, you have to start taking positive action. It may not feel truthful at first. It may feel forced, but here's what you're doing is you are forcing yourself into a new energy. The old energy that was within you before is not going to let go simply. It's not going to. It doesn't want to be left behind. It's not angry. It's not evil. It just wants to exist within you because you give that energy value. Whatever energy you allow to flow through you, you are allowing it to exist in this experience. So when you start going to that higher frequency, when you decide that you're going to be that positive person, that happy person, that wealthy person, whatever it is, the old energy wants to keep you. Your homeostasis, your pattern, that frequency that's had a hold of you for so long doesn't want to let go. So you have to understand that you're going to do action that may not feel like you. But over time, it will start to become more natural. Over time, it'll start happening more subliminally. Over time, it will become your natural way of processing things. I think about it like this. Imagine in your mind, it's snowy and there's a trail. Everyone's been walking this trail and you're following in line amongst everyone else. You see the footprints. Then there's a giant tree in the middle of the trail. Everybody has been walking around this tree to the right. So you look down at the snow and you see the trail walked in, pushed down, easy to walk. It's so comfortable to go the way that everyone else has been going. That frequency is built within your brain. It's so easy to think the way that we've been thinking. It's so easy to perceive the way we've been perceiving because we've been doing it for so long. We've wore in the path. But when you decide to go the other direction, you have to stomp down that snow. You have to clear the path. The first time you do it, it's not going to be perfect. You're going to have to do it again and again and again. And if you do it a few times, that's like being committed to a 12-week challenge or a 24-week challenge, but only making it a week or two. When you only do it a few times, you can easily just go back to the other path because it still wore so perfectly. All the trees are cut. There's nothing in the way. You can just cruise on by on that one path. And the new path, the one you were trying to create, the snow piles back up. It fills back in. The branches, the leaves, they grow back out. And before you know it, the path is blocked again. You have to commit to action behind the frequency within your mind. So say to yourself, I am a positive person and I see things in a positive light. If you build that energy within your mind, you will feel good. You will attract and visualize and see and experience all the positive in the world. Not the first day you do it. It's going to take time, but why would you not want to expand into that experience? It's worth it. It's not about changing anything externally. It's about changing you internally because the external world is a reflection of your internal state. So tell yourself, I am positive and I make positive decisions. And then each time you're faced with a decision that challenges that statement, force yourself to side with the positive way of doing it. Make yourself do it. And when you don't, when you reflect and you realize, ooh, that was a negative way of handling that. Even if it was right, it was the negative way of handling it. Accept it. Give yourself love. and then let it go. Learn from it and grow. Understand, I made the decision that no longer suits me with that process. That was not how I want to handle things going forward. I now know how to handle that differently. And then in the future, do it. Continue to grow. Build that energy within you. Lock it in your mind. I am positive. Build the frequency, and I do positive things. And I think positive thoughts, whatever energy you want. And then every time it's challenged, tell yourself that first and then move forward. You see, when you tell yourself something before you have to make a decision in your mind, you are putting a new energy, a new frequency in your mind that changes how you perceive something. So change your perception to the way you want before you do something. The more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get at making decisions in that frequency. Over time, that will become your new homeostasis. So if you've struggled in the past, if you feel like you've tried and you can't be positive, try this. Say, I am positive. I make positive decisions, and then every day commit to honoring that statement every moment. Be that energy. Tell people that you're that energy. Let it be known that from now on, I am positive and I make positive decisions. And then don't let yourself down, and don't let your friends, your family, everyone else down. Be the change that you wish to see. Be the hero in your journey so that you can become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you some positive motivation to help you align your perspective in the frequency you desire. Get that positive point of view, that positive lens, so that you can attract and see the good in life. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And if you want more content, consider checking out my new podcast, Unlock Your Abundance. It's the same process as we're doing here. And what could you do that's more powerful than building your positive mindset and then building your wealth, your finances? All of that energy is so powerful. And then you can spread that because money is the multiplier. Get yourself right and then expand in abundance and truly be the change that you wish to see. That's the journey I'm on. And I would love for you to come along with me on it. So there's links down below where you can check it out, or you can just search for Unlock Your Abundance. Well, have a great day. Thank you so much for listening, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.